tip-a-toe. How you doing,
The tip-a-toe. I'm doing well-ish. I'm doing well-ish.
We were talking amongst ourselves and realized, it's go time.
Tacos sound good. Look at Becky throwing food in the conversation already, man.
Oh man, I could go for a taco right now. I'm so hungry.
For reals, I could totally do 2 hard shells, both ground beef, tapateo, sour cream, cheese, lettuce. Yeah.
Hey
Lisa,
guys,
what's good?
What's up? If you guys are listening, please share this out with amongst your family and your friends, your friend folks. Today we're actually streaming on our at Dippato on X, and our own profiles, and then we're on YouTube and Rumble at Dippato. Brent Staple, let's go!
Let's go.
All right, baby. Huh?
Oh, he's up in the jam. Sorry, I'm running the banners over here.
Yeah.
I'm all jacked up on no Mountain Dew.
I'm hyped up on Mountain Dew, Chip.
Do you remember Mountain Dew like early, like late 80s, early 90s Mountain Dew, man?
Listen, I was back in the day. There was a place called the Cow, where it was a drive up. You could drive up on one side or the other. There was a huge, big old cow on top, and they sold glass bottles. Because we used to drive around with glass bottles of pop, and Mountain Dew was my germ. And I used some Mountain Dew and some corn, some chili cheese Fritos.
Yeah, there you go. I'm assuming that you know the chili cheese Fritos casserole, right?
You know what? I haven't made that in forever, but yes,
dude, you got to get down one more time. I mean, just for old time's sake.
Yeah, Becky says Mountain Dew is so bad. I don't drink pop anymore. I can't even. It's way too sweet. I don't know how I ever drank pop like that. I just can't even do it. I can't.
Frito pie, yeah, Frito pie.
No.
Yeah, on the soda topic, the pop soda, pop soda, wherever you're from, it's not even it's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of what even was close to what it used to be, at least from what I remember. I remember back in my day, and this was actually during the Pepsi challenge. There was the big Pepsi challenge that was going around. And I was a connoisseur soda drinker, so to speak. You could pop them, right? Can of Coke, can of Pepsi. And all I'd have to do is get about a foot away, and I could just smell, and I could tell you which one was which. I didn't even need to taste it. I could tell you which one was which. That's how quality is. Now it
See, everything is flat and syrupy. Are you a Pepsi or a Coker?
Depends. So here's what happened. I started on Coca-Cola, and then I went to Pepsi, and the reason being is because Coca-Cola changed the recipe, and so it didn't taste the same out of the can. And by the way, I for a long time was out of the can. If I could get the glass bottle, yes, and nowadays you can still get it. If you get the Coke or Pepsi or whatever your favorite beverage is from Mexico in the glass bottle. Coke that'll burn the back of your throat. Yeah, no doubt. But I kind of bounced back and forth, but then Pepsi changed the recipe too. And I wasn't with it. And then I kind of went through this weird Sprite Fanta phase where I was just having soda to have soda, just to have it, and then recently, I guess last year, again I got on the Coca-Cola kick, from Mexico, glass bottle, very nice, made with real sugar. My body could tolerate it, and that's why I was going for it. But then me and my wife, we found Squirt.
Yeah.
You remember Squirt?
Oh yeah.
Then we found a local company here that made their version of grapefruit soda, and it was good. Didn't make you feel as gut bomby, burn or anything like that. It was nice taste, but even then, the minute it hits the lips, like within seconds, I could just feel it come through your whole body, my pores, everything, and I'm just like, no, this makes me feel absolutely just disgusting, and it's not good for me. So, yeah, giving up the soda.
I love
Not a
the
problem.
glass bottle. I'm old enough to remember that. There's no
Yep.
comparison. And
Nope.
there was
Nope.
the town club soda where you'd buy a big old case of it in a wooden crate and bring it home, and then you
Yep.
take the
Yep.
bottles back. That and
Yep.
Faco. But yeah, there's no comparison to what we have today. I mean, all of our food's different, and of course, the 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 pop and all of that stuff's really just toxic. So
It
I just
is.
stay away from it. I drink water. I drink a lot of water.
That could
I
be
like
just as dangerous depending on where you live.
telling you, it's true. Yes. And I do like coffee, but I'm gonna try the tea thing here.
Oh God, try the tea. I'm telling, if you just get like spend one Saturday morning, like find the recipe, do like a like a masala chai. I'm telling you, when you do it and it takes 20 to 30 minutes to go through the whole process, you really start becoming a tea snob. You're like, this is why there was tea time back in the day. Oh, tea time? Yeah, because it took 30 minutes to make. Yeah, get over here. We're drinking this right now. Not the typical American. Brrr. Hello, welcome to Starbucks. Can I get a Yeah, can I get two pumpkin spice lattes, foamy? you know. Yeah, that'll be 55, please. Pull on up. I mean, hey, guilty as charged. Starbucks junkie for a long time, and it's actually been nice to not be in that trap either,
Yeah.
because the flavors are the high fructose corn syrup. Again, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but for me, no good. I need the real
Ah,
sugar or nothing at all. I'd rather have nothing at
well,
all.
something just popped in my head, and I'm like, should we? Can we tell them the little secret for those of you that are going to Vegas?
What? Who's
Uh,
going to Vegas? What's going on in Vegas? What are you
Well,
talking about? What's going on?
I'm just saying, I recently become aware that someone's going to be at the Vegas party,
Who's going
and
to be there?
they might be able to make me some tea. Is all I'm thinking. Uh,
Really?
someone,
You know a tea snob?
I I do know a tea snob that is
How
going
long
to
have you
be
been a tea
in
snob?
Vegas. No, seriously. So for those that we can say it because we don't have a lot of viewers right now. Um, if anybody is going to XRP Las Vegas, the conference is on May 3rd and 4th. Everybody's getting there early, one day early on Thursday night on the 2nd. And so we're going to throw a little party. And we've got some really fun people coming to the party. The Staple Crew will be there.
Step
And
crew.
yeah, and we have a couple of other very nice surprise guests that are going to be at this party. So reach out to us if you are going to be in Las Vegas on May 2nd and you're interested in hooking up with us. I would love to meet everyone, and super, super excited. The planning is coming together nicely. And yeah, Brent, I can't wait to give you guys a
That's
big old
right.
hug.
I'm going to Vegas. I will be there. Lots of strings were pulled. Plans were made. Goals were met, and universe has come through once again. So I'm very grateful that I get to be down there to participate with my awesome, lovely co-host. No doubts, it's gonna be
Yeah,
epic. Woo-hoo.
yeah.
It's gonna be a good time. Becky, don't you worry. I'm gonna try to live stream as much as possible. It'll be a good time. Really, if you guys ever get a chance to go to any cryptocurrency convention, I don't care if it's Bitcoin, I don't care if it's XRP, XLM, Ethereum.
So
Sorry.
any of them,
Um,
any of them, any of them.
any of them, go, because it's so nice to connect with other people that are into what you're into.
Yep.
At, on anything, whether that's a hobby or a way of life, it's just nice to make those national and international connections. And sometimes you actually meet someone from your own state, which if you're in California, technically that's three states, but you get my point.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time.
That's how you and I met, and became good friends. A lot of our
Absolutely.
good friends, we met through going to a conference in
Texas.
Texas. Yeah,
Yep.
Kearney,
B
Texas.
Man. B
Yep.
Man was there. Alan was
Allie.
there.
Yep.
Manny, who we had on the show, Manny was there not too long. When we did the IBC, the Infinite Banking show, not too long ago. So many, actually, so many. It's crazy, and
So
that was
oh,
3 years
sorry.
ago. That was 3 years ago, right?
Oh, maybe
3 years
longer.
ago. Three years ago this July, because it was 2021, the last run, and we're in 2024.
Well, and I think I went to the one the year before. I went to
The
three of them.
professor.
Yeah, the professor. What up, Depato? How you doing, professor? Yeah, I mean, we met so many nice
Oh shit.
people, um, and I just love it. So if you've been on the fence about going, I know Brad Kimes has been working his tail off to put together a
Come
wonderful
on
event for
in.
everybody. But even if you can't afford to go to the conference, there's so much going on. There's going to be so many people that if you can just get yourself there, I guarantee you're going to have a fun time, and you're going to meet the most amazing people, and probably develop lifelong friendships. I mean, I have so far, and
You
my
know,
network's getting bigger and bigger. So,
and it's
Albert,
not
hey Albert W,
Albert.
how are you, my friend? Thank you for coming. Uh,
You know, to my surprise, being this late with travel plans, um, checking out like orbits and finding one ways was vastly
it's a play.
cheaper
It's a
than
play.
going with an air with one airline. It can be inconvenient. You'll have your plus and minuses there, but I mean overall, I was looking at one airline to go there it was reasonable, 200 and change, right, to get there. But I'll tell you what, Vegas doesn't want you to leave at all. The ride back on the same airline, they want a 600 big one. So I was like, dude, I'm in the cheapest seat possible. What do you mean $600? Like, get out of here. I was really blown away, but found some really really good deals. From orbits and other ways, like just up your game of being creative. Like I'm a creature of habit, so I'm like, no, I'm going with this airline. I just have to go that way because that's familiar territory. I know what to expect, right? But if I have a little extra courage, I did. I'm saving a lot actually, a lot by comparison. $800 versus 250 ish for
Wow.
round trip. Like,
Yeah,
let's
that's
go.
incredible.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good with that. But I
there's
gotta
a
get it up. I gotta get up
there's
early
a
and do
lot
all
of
that stuff.
there's a lot of folks that and I understand this also, where people they say, I don't have any reason to celebrate right now, or they say, they want to put their money towards buying more crypto, but buying more XRP or Bitcoin or whatever. I completely understand that.
Do
Um,
it.
I just, and of course, but there's the meeting people that I've wanted. This is my life, right? These are my people. You guys are my people. I love you. I want to meet you. And so it is a sacrifice. So I completely understand people not wanting to spend the money to travel. And then of course we're going to touch on this a little bit. There's like people think about the safety and stuff with all the craziness going on, but I just refuse to let that kind of stuff stop me from participating in life, doing the things that I want to do. Although I must say there's some alarming things going on floating all around the
Let
back.
it be alarming.
I
Let
know,
them
right?
get, I mean, like, we got to read between the lines, and we really have to do our homework there, right? That's when it really, it's like, okay, is it really that bad yet? Well, yeah,
Yeah.
no. Yet, now, today, is the world on fire? Yes or no?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay, cool. Then we still have a path.
Exactly. We're
There
gonna
something
build
you
it.
just said there, that you were talking about being with my people, and I'm gonna offer this challenging thought to people. I am very much in the mindset, if you got extra dough, or you save up this money to go on a trip to a convention, just to be there,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, I'd rather throw that money in crypto.
I get
Knuckle
it.
bumps all the way. Big pats on the back. No argument. Other than going to a convention or two or three wouldn't be a bad thing, because when you hit your level of a possible profit taking, liquidation, other plans,
Mhm.
you're going to want to know and have a connection with the people, like a handshake, a hug, a number exchange. You're going to want that. And I mean, I have always kind of wanted that, but I've seen very big value in that, and that is something that's gone on for my lifetime and lifetimes before me, and those are big networking events. When you ever watch any type of fantasy nights, what do you call, yeah, fantasy movies, Lord of the Rings, or anything on that topic, or that in the realm, right? What happens? All the hoity-toity people get together and, oh, I invited so and so from blah blah blah, and oh, and here is Prince blah blah, hail to blah blah blah, right? They all get together. They all, oh, nice to meet you. They have fancy parties and they meet each other. They're networking.
Yeah.
They're seeing who's got
And then
what.
somebody invites Melissa to the party and like,
Well,
oh, who
yeah,
invited her?
like, oh, get out of here, dude! You're the diamond in the rough that nobody knows about. Absolutely, absolutely. You're gonna pull an Aladdin on everybody. I can
I
see it
know.
already. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. But I think it's really, honestly, it's really really important
Yeah.
to me. And so I get it. Keep buying your cryptos. At some
Yeah.
point, though, put it on your checklist, to do, not just to be around like-minded individuals. That's really icing on the cake. Where the real value is within the connections that you make, because it's not like we're just enthusiasts here, right? This is a whole new financial system, how business will be conducted on in the digital space. I mean, so many things. And now, yeah, you got to get together. I know of another get together that I was invited to. It was a last minute thing. I totally couldn't pull it off. I really wish I could have, but it's related to the whole life insurance. And there's an event happening tomorrow down in Scottsdale,
Oh wow.
that the individuals that are going to this event for a 3 hour event, seminar, event, some of them are retired professional athletes, others are multimillionaires and multi-billionaires. I feel very gracious and blessed to be invited to that. Like, I did
Yeah.
think about selling the truck. I'm like, oh, okay, I can sell the truck. I could go down. It's only 3 hours. It's a total perfect for a down and back trip, right? I totally thought about doing it. I'm like, you're thinking emotional here. You're gonna make bad decisions. Stop that. But I do see the value in being in a room like that with people that have started out where we have all started out.
You're
You
gonna
know,
need
that,
you're gonna need to trust. You're gonna need to have
yes.
people that you trust. And when you get in a room with others, you can feel what's coming off of them, whether or
Hmm.
not you can meet people online. I mean, most of us have met through social medias of one form or another, and you can get to know someone, and you can get to know someone talking on the phone. but there is definitely a difference to see the whole package of what you're dealing with. And
Oh yeah, you get to see. Oh, you guys only get to see Melissa and I
you
head
get,
to chest. I mean, there's a whole
yeah.
another package per se. Gosh, never mind. I'm not going to say anything
I'm
anymore.
just
This is
going
going
to
to go
let
off the
everybody
rails.
know that I am very tall, so I don't want anyone to be intimidated when they meet me
I'm
because,
short.
and I don't want anyone staring at my legs. That's all I'm saying. When you see me, don't stare at my legs because I'm really super tall. I'm really not.
Is that a eyes up here thing? Is that an eyes
Yeah,
up here?
it's like
Eyes
a,
up here.
yeah. Don't look down at my legs. No, Brent says being in the same room and making connections at seminars has been the greatest wealth to me. It's my favorite thing to do. Personal growth and crypto seminars are loaded with amazing people. Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen, Brent. I want to give a high five to
Yep.
Albert
Yeah.
because
I just
Albert
saw that. I just saw
got
that.
his family to buy the dip. They finally listened to him. That's congratulations. We're
Yes.
turning a corner. We're turning a corner. That is amazing. Yeah, and we need to know what we're going to do with all this money that we're going to be making, and we need people that we can trust. So, what you said you had some stuff to share.
I do. I do. Just a minute. Let me. I might have to navigate this. I got all excited in our side talk. You know how this show goes. I'm going to find this. This. I found an article. Now, in my opinion, it's a little biased. Not that the information in there, it's just the source that it's coming from is biased, as this article vlog that I found was related to the bigger tax topic and probably one of the most disputed parts of crypto, and that is the crypto to crypto swap and the taxable event. Now, in our past two videos that we've done, Melissa has been coming from the viewpoint of I'm not telling you that I don't disagree. I'm trying to show you what the body IRS is how they view it and what they're going to attempt to do to correct the situation if you're out of pocket according to them. So that's kind of the big thing. Now, I'm going to try to email because I want to share the screen. I really
Okay.
want to share the screen here, as opposed to me just reading from my phone. So just
Okay.
bear with moi.
Honest, while you're doing that, I'm going to say,
Yeah,
so
go
we've
for it.
we've kind of been chit chatting here for 25 minutes. This we are
Really?
going to talk
Already?
today. I know time flies when you're having fun. We have 17 people watching. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. If you're listening on Spaces or well, no, we're not on Spaces. We're on X streaming, and or Rumble or YouTube. If you would share this out, and let's get some more people in here, I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to follow our channel. Please help us grow. So we've been talking the past couple of shows about taxation and crypto, and we've had a little bit of a lively debate here and there over the past couple of weeks here. And I didn't get a chance to really talk more in depth on the crypto Roth IRA. So I
Right.
have some more information to share on that. And then
Gmail.
I tried to listen back to find out which wonderful guest brought up the crypto HSA account.
Oh, was
Um,
that Island? Was that
Yes, maybe
Island?
it was Island. Yes,
Yeah.
I think. And so that is a major play, people, and I've got some information on that I want to share because I'm super super excited. And I want to say this is kind of a selfish, somewhat selfish play on my part or show topic because I personally have a couple of young children that are married with children, but they're young
Love and marriage, love and
and
marriage.
this
Dun,
is
dun,
a
dun, dun.
perfect opportunity for them and for I mean for even us as well. But if you're a young person, the some of the things that you can do is incredible. With these two avenues, in particular, that can save you tax in more ways than one. And so I'm super excited to share that.
And
So, did you find your article, Simon?
I did. I wanted to just. I blew up my screen when I didn't want to. I want to share this in the Dipito chat and as well, so we can share it
Thanks
in
for
all of our
subscribing,
other chat.
Albert. We love you. Thanks, Albert. Do
Okay.
what Albert did. He subscribed to the Dipito
Okay, there
for
we
the
go.
Dipito show.
Okay, that's on there. That's on there. Sorry, narrating
All
is what I do. All right, here we go.
All right.
Add to stage. Okay. This is a blog by Bitwave. Now, Bitwave is a software that goes out and finds you, works through API and finds all your transactions that you allow it to per exchange and other decentralized swapping entities, I guess we can call them, or exchanges. So since they have a software, this is their blog. So for me, it's a little. There was a little biasy initially. Now you guys aren't gonna like what I'm about to show you, but this is what I've been looking for thus far. I want the paper trail. I want the document. I want the who signed on the dotted line. What congressmen or women were involved with this? How did it come to be? Where's the actual decision? Right. So when individuals like Michael Kohler, a CPA, as opposed to him just saying no, it is, and that's just it. It's like, okay, Mike, I hear you. I hear that's it and that's it. But can you show me why that's it? That's all I'm looking for. Just looking for the knowledge here. Okay, so again, this is from the perspective and position of the IRS, how the IRS is viewing this, how they see it, and how you and I see it is probably totally different. And in fairness, and I would say in my own humble opinion, that actually what was done is totally not fair. Here we go. So what am I bringing? Why am I bringing this to your attention? Because it's the crypto to crypto taxable event, yes or no. Crypto to crypto taxable event, yes or no. Not reportable, taxable. There is a difference between reportable and taxable. Right. Okay. And you really got to try to clear that up in your head as well as I had to. Words are important, especially when they are written. So this is again Bitwave. I put the link into the chat.
This is a
For
great
the
site,
Dipito.
by the way. Fine.
What's that?
This is
What's
a
that?
wonderful site, by the way.
Oh yeah, I stayed up late night looking for this, and then I stayed up late night reading this because what I did. Let me just go back to what my original search was. My original search was, and I'm just going to look on my phone here. Is there a taxable event crypto to crypto? Was that yes? If the receiver. Gifted cryptos. I got to the point of finding a tax. Well, how is there a taxable event if someone gives it to me? Yes or no? A gift, right? Isn't an airdrop a gift? No, it's a reward. It's like, wait, time out. What's the difference? But again, I'm not going to get into that debate. So the original, what Google came up for me when I was asking that question is this. If the receiver later exchanges the gift of crypto for another type of crypto to crypto, they will have to pay on capital gains tax. Okay, so this is what got me to the crypto to crypto swap, one thing to another thing, capital gains. Okay, So again, initially right here, I'm up late at night. I'm in my bedroom. I'm not happy. So now I'm digging. So I was perusing through this, and there was some good information on here. And I'm going to try to share what I initially came up with first on this screen. And feel free to make it bigger so everybody can see if you'd like. Just give me a second here. I do apologize.
No problem.
Ooh, like-kind exchanges. We're going to focus on that.
I wish that I could. I wish that I could copy that link so I could see it, but it won't let me in my area. Won't let me, but
you know, I
trading
can.
one
Oh, you know what I can do?
another-
No, here I can do it on the. I can. You know what? I'll do that real quick, actually, Melissa.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the private chat, and I think I can put it in our private chat here. There you go. There's the link, and see if you can get it from our private chat through StreamYard. Yeah, booyah. Okay, we're rolling on. Okay, so again, I was looking for is there a tax on a crypto to crypto event? Is there a taxable event? And this is what I came up with right here, straight off of Google, which led me to where we're at right now by Bitwave. If anything, the potential tax liability has been passed on to the individual or nonprofit organization receiving the crypto to crypto gift. If the receiver, right here, if the receiver later exchanges the gift of crypto for another type of crypto, they will have to pay on capital gains tax.
Yep.
Okay. Why? Here's the why. And feel free to embrace the emotion that you might have for a short time here. Like-kind exchanges. Like-kind exchanges are a type of tax-deferred transactions that allows the disposal of an asset and the acquisition of another similar asset without generating any taxable or tax liability from the sale of the first asset. Okay, this is the like item for like item, like kind for like kind. Now, arguably, if anything is coded in a way close to Bitcoin, ta-da, you have a like kind exchange. Now, you can do a like kind exchange according to it gives you the basic parameters for what a like kind exchange is in 26 U.S. Code section 1031. Again, that's U.S. Code 26 U.S. Code section 1031, which goes over a like kind exchange and the parameters there within. Okay, it further goes on. However, we're down here now, below the U.S. 26 U.S. Code, Section 1031. It establishes the basic parameters of a like-kind exchange prior to 2017. Section 1031 was thought to apply to various different types of property and assets. And what they're referencing there is 1031 references this part right here specifically, property. The IRS views crypto as property. Therefore, if it's property to property, we have a like to like exchange, correct? Or swap or trade. Potentially even crypto to crypto exchanges. However, when Congress passed the Tax Cuts and Job Act of 2017, Section 1031 was amended and now only applied to exchanges of, here it is, folks, the thing that you don't want to see and where I punched my pillow, real property.
Yep.
Okay, real property. Now we have another issue, though. Is digital real, right? So that's the question that came across in my mind, right? Let's continue. While crypto exchanges could no longer qualify as like-kind exchanges going forward, the question still remained as to oh my gosh, whether crypto to crypto exchanges could still qualify as like-kind exchanges if the transaction occurred prior to the new law going into effect in 2018. I will get back to when this article was actually written because it says until recently. The question of whether crypto to crypto exchanges could qualify as a like kind exchange had never been addressed by the IRS. Do you have a question? No?
Nope.
Okay. As a result, investors were left to decide for themselves whether pre-2018 crypto-to-crypto exchanges qualified as like-kind exchanges. Some investors took a conservative approach and concluded that pre-2018 exchanges did not qualify as like-kind exchanges and that tax must be paid. Other investors took an aggressive approach and decided that pre-2018 crypto exchanges did qualify as like-kind exchanges and no tax needed to be paid. The IRS finally spoke upon the matter. The IRS finally resolves the question in 2021 and decided that the 2018 crypto-to-crypto exchange did not qualify as a like-kind exchange. Again, let me read that one more time for all you in the back. And this is where Melissa is saying this is what this entity right here, Mr. Aris, is doing, and that's their or the perspective of the IRS.
Yep.
Here it is one more time. In 2021, the IRS decided that pre-2018 crypto-to-crypto exchanges did not qualify as like-kind exchanges. Accordingly, all investors who did not pay taxes on pre-2018 crypto-to-crypto exchanges now owe the IRS back taxes on their capital gains. Now, there's a link here for the IRS finally resolved the question, and that will lead you to stand by because I had to download it. It's gone now. Stand by. I'm looking on my phone right now, Melissa, but if you have anything to comments or anything like that.
Yeah, and so this is the reason why I've looked into this and where I've said, there's been a lot of things that have been going on in the background that people aren't very aware of, and so when they finally resolved it, this is what they came up with. I'm gonna do this. Okay, there we are. I want everybody to see our faces. Yeah.
I'm reading from the old intelligent phone. Now I'm going to talk like a British guy all night.
I want to let people know too. On my profile, I posted the link so they could find it if they weren't able to grab it out of the chat.
Okay.
So if anybody,
and for clarity,
and I'll put it
what
in
I'm
the
talking.
show notes too for YouTube and Rumble when the show's over. For anybody that watches the playback of this.
Links down below. Nope, yep. We don't got to go. Not yet. Okay. Also, though, this is for the U.S. only, right? I see Albert put in the comments here, right here. In Canada, gift is taxable. So if you give somebody cryptos, which, that's, Sorry, I'm sick with horseshit viruses. Okay, back to this link right here. IRS finally resolves the question. Okay, there's a link there. It will lead you to a memorandum. Official, our Office of Chief Counsel, Internal Revenue Service, memorandum number 2021240008, released June 18th, 2021. Again, I'll read that one more time. The number and the date. IRS Memorandum 202124008, released June 18th, 2021. Now, I have not gone through this like I would normally do with other documents, as I clicked this link actually today pre-show, and I downloaded it, and I didn't want to download it because I'm sure it's really thick. I'm like, come on, man. Can you just let me preview it before I say, yes, give me the file? Anyways, so, there it is. Okay, this is the perspective of the United States government, as the United States government did. Congress did say, oh, we're amending this. Now, they could go back and say, we're kind of in a new world here. That could happen, okay? And now I'm speculating at this point. That could totally happen. Anything can happen, right? So, if go out there and vote for anybody that's going to take down that memorandum.
Oh, John Deaton for Senate.
Well, let's get John on. Let me ask him the hard question. I'll ask him the hard question. I don't get like, John, brother man, we got to talk. We got to talk. You're not going to like what I have to talk about per se, but anyways, John, if you actually want to come on the Dipito Crypto Show, we'd love to have you. I'd love to chat with you. Melissa would love to chat with you, So let's go crypto. But folks, there it is.
Yep.
That's what I found in my search, because that to me is the evidence that is all that is needed for someone like Michael Kohler or anybody else out there that is a professional that has said, hey, I got my certifications and license and I follow everything to the letter of the law and the agreements that I have agreed to, in this case with the IRS, right? Yep. That's what they have to do. Recognize that position.
Yeah.
Whether you agree that's right or not, because, let's go back just a little bit back here. So, like-kind exchanges. Are you telling me, United States government, IRS, that we can exchange any other real property and assets that are similar in nature and being and construction and etc., but we cannot do crypto? The heck you say? Fish I smell. Rotten the Corby. Come on, man! That was my reaction. Actually, it was a little bit more. I was like, oh, man, everything is cool except for that one. Come on, man! Anyways, that's a whole nother topic of emotional opinions that we can have a good discussion down there in the LV poolside, Melissa and me.
Oh yeah.
May 1st. Yeah, it'll be good time.
So
that's what I found. I
want to commend you because this is where we are with all of this. And we're all learning together, and sometimes it's really hard to go outside of our comfort zone and look at things that we don't necessarily want to look at. Come on, Simon, you have
Slave. I got your back. I'll see what I can find. See if I can go find my fellow Canucks and see if I can plug them too.
But here's the thing, anybody, like I said in the past couple of shows, anybody that is filing and signing their name to, they are going to expect you to adhere to the way that they classify these transactions, of which they're being taxed as property, and there are capital gains and losses that come into play when we do all this stuff. And so, when I came across the Michael Kohler, and there's been others that I've come across, but strategically putting yourself in a position to where you're not going to pay tax on your transactions, And if you want to live as safe as possible and not have to worry about dealing with that stuff, um, I'd like to talk a little bit more, first on the Roth IRA, crypto IRAs that are available for people to get into. And then I do think, and Island's here, and I'm pretty sure that it was Island last show that mentioned these crypto HSAs. And my goodness, I'm so excited to talk about that
Yeah,
too. And the
let's
things I've learned.
bring the strategy that you are really
Yeah.
fascinated with, courtesy
So
Michael Kohler and others that
yeah.
you've come across, John J. Singleton, and
Yes.
others.
So
Yeah.
there's ways, and I'm not going to get into the whole setting up the structure with having an LLC, and because it's we don't have enough time to talk about all that. We can get into that more and get maybe experienced people to talk about it in the future. But so here's what this is something that anybody can do right now. Okay. In especially I'm especially talking to you youngsters out there that are trying to figure out how do you save some money,
Well,
where can
thank
you
you.
put your money. You little chillians.
I'm a
Hello.
baby.
We have 37 of you guys, 38 of you guys watching. There's 23 on my X account. Please share this space out and follow our channel. All right. So, did you know that the AARP says that healthcare expenses are the number one expense for retirees? Did you know
Yes.
that, Simon? And that
Yes.
you can expect to pay like 300,000 in medical expenses alone. And there's a lot of people that aren't really prepared for this type of expense. And so I'm going to talk about the SHA first because I'm mostly excited about that.
I
And
am too.
having experience with dealing with my mom and a couple other family members when it comes to like the long-term care and that sort of thing. There's certain things that are not covered, and so a lot of times I've seen it get where they get sent home. It kind of gets bypassed into this to like direct care, and people are sent home with hospice because why? That's what insurance pays for, and um, and so when Island brought this HSA thing up the other day, I was like, "Holy smokes, she's right. He or she is right." And I forgot about these things when it comes to these accounts, and I didn't know that you could open up a health savings. An HSA is a health savings plan um,
Okay.
that you pay into, and you can save money. And they actually offer crypto HSAs now. And so there's a couple key points that people need to know. Not everybody can get an HSA account, a health savings plan account. Um, because first you must have a high deductible healthcare plan in order to be able to contribute into an HSA. Okay,
Okay.
and so some companies offer these. Some employers offer these already. So if you have health insurance through your employer, and a lot of companies are going towards this now. So probably most of you are offered these types of plans, and it can be very tricky to choose what's the right kind of health insurance plan for you when you're making your elections during open enrollment time, and you get really confused sometimes. But basically, what a high it's a high deductible plan. It's called an
Okay.
HDHP plan. I think it's like high deductible care plan. And
Okay.
basically, what those are is your premiums are lower cost. So for say somebody who is relatively healthy, or they don't have a lot of out of pocket, or they don't go to the doctor a lot, um, their premiums are lower, but the deductible prior to your health insurance kicking in are usually quite high. Okay. And
Right.
so that's where a lot of people, if they have families and stuff, they don't really, they think they can't afford to get that type of a plan. But if you are in a situation where you're a young person or even an older person that is not they don't go to the doctor very often, like even someone like me, I don't go to the doctor very often. I don't even really use my health insurance that much at all, and I have a very good plan. um, but so you open up, if you're afforded the option of getting a high deductible plan through your employer, you that is one of the qualifying things that you have to have in order to be able to open up an HSA account. If your employer does not offer that, you can open up your own a high deductible healthcare plan. You can pay for one on your own. And so, this is not tax advice or financial advice. This is for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. And
This is crypto advice
this is so. I mean,
for me.
this is a play. This is a play advice.
This is a play.
Um, so what you want to do is you really want to think about it. Think about your financial position, right, and how much you have to explore these healthcare high deductible plans and see what you can afford to purchase. Um, but that's one little hurdle that you have to jump over in order to be able to get into this health savings plan. And so then basically, so even if your company employer doesn't have it, you can still set one up as long as you don't go over the limit. And so the max the max contributions that you can put into these HSA accounts. And so the health savings plan is for 2024. For a single person, you could put $4,150 into an HSA, or $8,300 if you're a family. And if you're 55 years or older, you can make catch up to contributions of $1,000. And so the beauty of these plans is that they not only are your contributions tax deductible when you contribute, meaning they're front page 1040 deductions. So you get a tax deduction at the time that you contribute to them. The funds that go into these HSA plans they grow tax free. And you can invest your money however you want in these plans, and it grows tax free, and there's no minimum distribution age for it. And so um, you can put them into, you could put it in, find a company that offers the crypto, and there's a couple, and I'll mention some of those a little bit later, because I didn't know you could do crypto with it, which I'm like, holy smokes, this is incredible. You can invest in however you want. It grows tax free, and then the distributions from these HSAs are tax free for any age for medical. Now, that's the key word for medical expenses. All right, meaning first of all, I want to say this: you can also take out your contributions at any time. And you're not going to get dinged on withdrawing them. But if you can use these funds for anything medical in the future, and you won't be taxed on using that money, withdrawing that money. Now, here's the catch on this, or I don't know, it's another added bonus. You can actually use this plan and get retroactively reimbursed for qualified medical expenses that you take out right now. And that will be tax free in the future. So here's how this works. You've got an HSA plan, and instead of actually tapping into your SHA fund right now, you're going to let that set there. You're going to contribute your $4,150 as a single person, and you're going to let that grow tax free, and you're going to try your darndest not to use that money for co-pays, doctor visits, glasses, dental, any of that stuff. You're going to pay for that out of pocket. You'll have to pay for that out of pocket. But what you're going to do is you're going to save every freaking receipt for qualified medical expenses from the time that you open this SHA account until infinity, until forever. You're going to save all of them. Why? Because you open it up today and you start putting your money in, and 10 years down the road, you need to withdraw some of your earnings tax free. It don't matter. You don't have to have a qualified expense at that moment. If you've got a bunch of receipts, qualified medical receipts, you can retroactively take that money out tax free, which is incredible. And so here you have an option to have money set aside for you. You're going to get a tax benefit from it now because you're going to get a deduction for taking it. It's going to set in this qualified plan. And if you're doing crypto and crypto does what we think it's going to do and it grows like what we think it's going to do, there's going to be plenty of money in there to use in the event that you need home health care, right? You need to go stay in a place that has, 24/7 medical care, but it's not like hallways smelling like piss type care, right? I don't want that. I want to be taken care of, man. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. I've seen so many people just get royally screwed in their golden years, and they're passing away in horrific conditions. And I want to cover my own butt on this, and I think this is incredible opportunity to use this now. So these are like the pros to having it. And like I said, you just want to make sure that you save all your documentation. Now we're in a digital thing. Take a picture of your receipt because, paper receipts fade and whatnot. Get yourself some online storage, your little cloud for all your medical stuff, and just get in a habit. Whenever you purchase something that's a qualified medical expense, you can look that up and see what would be covered. I mean, even like with FSA, flexible spending accounts, there's like the FSA store that will go through a bunch of items that are qualified expenses that you can use. And so, I mean, there's so many things that you could be saving receipts for. Just take a picture of it or scan it, or, however you got to save it. Just document it, put a date, throw it in a folder, and forget about it. And then when time comes, you'll have it. Obviously the con to this is that you have to have that high deductible plan. So you need to be a good candidate for the HDHP plan. And like I said, that's somebody who either doesn't use their insurance very much, and they're gonna benefit from having lower premiums that are much lower. And so if you think about it, so what I told my son before, when he was trying to pick different health insurance plans for himself, it was quite a significant difference between the plan that covered everything and then the plan that was this high deductible plan. And so what I said was, just act like you're paying for the better plan. Okay. So you got your lower premium, but now you've got this extra that you would have paid. That is what you're going to use to be putting into your HSA account. And then of course, in an emergency, it is there for you to use, but you should just really try not to use it. Right. And so I just think this is an incredible opportunity, just another way that folks can save a little bit of income tax in the current and save taxes in the future, and cover their own ass for retiring and being able to have their healthcare expenses covered in the event they don't have, I mean, even if you had money, if you've got something like this that can grow tax free, I think it's a wonderful thing. Um, the other thing that I looked up was because I got to thinking, if could you have an FSA, which is a flexible spending account, and an HSA at the same time?
Right.
Um, and the question is, or the thing is, yes, you can, but you have to have a limited purpose type FSA, which would only cover out of pocket dental and vision expenses and not the healthcare, because you can't have a healthcare FSA and an HSA at the same time because they're both used to pay for medical costs.
Man.
But you can have a limited purpose dependent care FSA and an HSA simultaneously, and that dependent care is another pre-tax type of thing you can sign up usually through your work, where you're kind of prepaying child care or elder care, or dependent care basically, and that's another tax saving way that you can save money. So, do you have any questions? Becky says, "What about things that are not covered by insurance? I'm stuck with Medicare and I'm not eligible for a supplement." Um, you know, I think that was something else. I wonder, the Medicare thing might be something else where I don't know if you can be on Medicare and contribute to an HSA at the same time. I thought I put that in my notes and I'm not seeing it here, because now I'm thinking, now that you're asking that question, I feel like I read that that was another of the cons, um, that you couldn't if you were on Medicare, like a Medicare plan, because it has to be an HD, it has to be a high deductible plan. Um, so, you're stuck with, and I'm not eligible for a supplement. Yeah, that really, that really sucks. I just think, for instance, I must have an eye surgery soon, and not all of it is covered. Yeah, and I don't think, unfortunately, Becky, I don't think if you are on Medicare, I don't think that you can do this HSA thing. I'm going to look into it more. Um, yeah, it bites big. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. That is one of those things that's just like, when Eileen mentioned this, I said, I mean, it might not be for everyone, but for a large percentage of the folks that are potentially watching, um, this could be a major play, especially if you're, like I said, you're trying to save taxes now and you're trying to save taxes later, and you want to cover some of those types of expenses. Um, it's a really good opportunity.
So,
Uh,
so is this? I have a question, and it always comes back to the self custody thing.
yeah.
Since you got your cap per year, you're able to contribute, and then you can self direct from that point going forward on the HSA, right? You can say I want this account, this HSA, to invest in this, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you go out there and you get some XRP and Bitcoin. Now, is that something that you yourself, if you would like to, can you take self custody of that?
You mean like withdraw it out of there?
Well, yeah, but yes, withdraw would be the appropriate term. Yes, withdraw the asset out of the exchange. I mean, because I can see where the HSA and a the Bitcoin ETF, I could see where that, would be, a partnership. So I'm going, of course, a step further, own the real thing. So I'm just wondering if the HSA, if you do that, like, can you self custody or can you have a SegWit?
I
Or is
think
that right? Is that right?
I think
SegWit? Two
I
keys?
think you can I think, and we'll have to look into that more. I don't know what just happened to my I can't I cannot move. My mouse is like frozen, so like I can't even see
Oh.
you now. I'm like, did my mouse battery die or something? Um Shoot.
Oh
No,
man,
no, it's doing
I got
something.
batteries right here, ready to
Oh
go.
man. I'm thinking, yeah,
Cat boot.
I know you can I know that you can look at, control like what you're buying and selling within this thing.
Hmm.
Um but I will say if you did take control of it,
Hmm.
um I think it has to be. I mean, this is one of those things where it's a qualified plan, right? So there's going to be repercussions if you take it out of a qualified plan. Um,
Hmm.
so oh darn it, I don't know what happened to my mouse. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, wow.
Cat is talking about the crypto Roth.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that here in a second. Um, if I can get my mouse to work. Oh my gosh. Come on, man. Like,
You
will it
know,
work?
I
I don't
I'm
know.
I think that's cool that that's available. What I'm curious to know, and it's probably too early, and the creators of these old programs and vehicles and etc. That we're able to utilize for these types of situations and care of life. I'm wondering, can you can you allocate the crypto to that account?
Can I allocate it
Just
what?
like when can you take the crypto and allocate it to the account, kind of like a Roth. You can fund your Roth with the crypto. You can say, "Here's my crypto. I want it to be Roth," right?
Yep.
But when you do the Roth, you have, I think you can, some of them you can self custody, or at least it's been talked about. I Trust Capital. I think
Yeah.
again they handle it. I Trust. I mean, it's a trust.
Yep.
There you go. They're the executors, etc., etc. Right?
Yep.
Which I think I think for the rules that are in place, that's part of it. But man, you're really kind of, there's just that risk there. Like, can't we say we contributed to this thing?
It has to be that
And
it's within the qualified plan. Um, so within a qualified plan, which means it's in a controlled environment. It's not you can't just do it on your own and say I've created my own HSA account, right? You can decide what you're investing in. You can trade within it with some of these things, but you can't just have straight up control in that way and have
now,
it
why
be
is that?
because it's not a qualified plan.
That part I
It's a
get. I'm just
qualified
like looking
plan
at for like I'm
because
looking
of
at
transparency, regulations, all of those things. I mean, when it comes to a regulated entity saying, this is this type of a savings plan, they have to go through all of the regulatory hoops to become a qualified plan. They're audited so that they're audited at a much higher level than we are on a regular basis. And so you do have to have a level of trust when you're putting your money into any institution, right? But I would say that these institutions that do the SHAs or the IRAs or 401ks and all of that are much more regulated than, I mean, or there's much more oversight and attention because they're handling billions of dollars, you know. So, I mean, I'm not saying I agree with you.
No. I'm just curious because you know because I know one can do this. One can create a trust, no problem, right? And one can be
Yes.
the executor of that trust, right? There's other
Yes.
beneficiaries that have to be listed, but
Yes.
within the
Well,
trust, the executors of that trust can make their
yes.
own
And
bylaws,
you
etc., etc., etc.,
and
right?
you can actually do this. You can actually do this with these plans also. Um, so that's something that Michael, I think it's Michael Kohler, he talks about, where, you know, he's got his LLC and his trust, and it's running this and that, you know, and making the income, and it's growing tax free. These are all things that are possible. That's something that, you know, I'm learning about. I'm not qualified to advise anybody on it. I know those options are out there, and so I kind of wanted to stay away from that at this time, and unless you know exactly how to do it, because I don't. You know, I mean, I know you can do it. I know that it can be done. Um, but I'm just saying, like, just on a regular person level, this is all I'm talking
Yeah,
about, right?
no.
This is
I hear you.
average Joe. How can I save money? What are some options? I'm
Right,
gonna buy some crypto anyway. I'm
right,
not feeling so comfortable holding stuff in my own wallet, and I want to dip a toe into the space and
sure.
save taxes. That's kind of where my angle is at this point today, right now. You know, so. But you're bringing up a very good point because that's true. You can do that. You can do that.
Yeah,
So,
I'm just coming from that perspective of not your keys, not your
yep,
coins. Don't care whatever regulation says, whatever. You don't
yeah,
hold it, you don't own it, and somebody else can do whatever they want with it.
yeah.
You know, and
Well, and
that's
I heard somebody saying the other day, and I don't know how true it is, but they were like, you know, eventually the not your keys, not your crypto is going to be a thing of the past, and it'll go away. Um, and the way
as
that
does
I see
everything else. So
as
it
the
all.
as I see everything going, I can see that that's probably going to be the case. How soon that is, I don't know. All I know is right now we have incredible opportunity to buy into this space at really ridiculously low cost, to us. And so any way that we can set ourselves up, if you're going to play in the system, any way that we can set ourselves up to benefit the most. And this is a baby step towards that direction, you know.
Right. No. I think it's. I mean, because so I shout out to Island.
Yeah,
Haven't
I
seen Island in the
love
chat,
you.
but yes, that's great. So I really think it's great.
Yeah.
And here's what happened after show, before I found the dagger in the coffin. It was I was just sitting there thinking, I'm like, wow, okay. Here's an account, like most accounts, that take your whole lifetime to increase in US dollars, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, hey, get yourself a HSA at age 16, and by the time you're 65, you'll have $100,000 in there. Woohoo! Right? Like that's the pitch, or at least what I see with
Yeah.
other minimal contributions,
Yep.
lifetime lifetime of minimal contributions, and that being the end result, which adequates to not enough. or very limited. So interject crypto. Okay, something right now, here and now, in this time, that account can go get the thing, and that thing is primed for a once in a lifetime exponential growth. Your 4,000 could be 400,000. It could be. Okay. Now, what is that going to be worth down the road? That's irrelevant for this conversation. What hit me was just the exponential growth. And that actually led me to something that you and I have talked about previously on the show was, okay, so you do the infinite banking concept, right? You have the whole life insurance thing, right? And I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, okay, I don't want to contribute US dollars to my whole life insurance. I don't want to start a policy that way. I want to start a policy with a real asset. Here you go. Here's some XRP. And XRP goes through the roof. Now, I didn't contribute it. That's just how the account grew. And now, instead of the account being, say, after 5 years, was $5,000, and now it's $500,000, and I don't have to contribute it anymore. Now, I could have the liquidity of, say, I think $300,000 available to me to use how I see fit, which is a totally different discussion. But I was just wondering if we're able to do that. Like, okay, sounds like there's a big reach to get a hold of the cryptos. Agreed. Are we moving to a not your keys, not your coins society? Absolutely. Because you, the natural manner person, will not have the private keys. Now, an entity totally can have it. An entity can be a LLC, trust, whatever. It's just not you. But the controlling factors of those entities do have access to those private keys. Own nothing, control everything. But I just thought it was fascinating if that would be a thing that we could do. As opposed to going in the traditional way, $4,000 HSA, and getting, Bitcoin or some other cryptocurrency, right? Which would be good. It's an awesome way in, especially if you have it now and it's already in play, right? And it removes, like you talk about, the I don't know how to do it and I don't want to lose it. Yep. Again, solid play there. I'd say go look to make sure those other knuckleheads could do it. Because what happens if the company goes down? Insurances, other things like that. That aside, I was just, I just thought it would be great if someone could just go, okay, cool. I will like a Roth IRA. You can send crypto over to the Roth IRA right now and say, I dubbed this Roth IRA crypto, and it can grow now. You can fund the account initially, because you give ownership, digital property, over to the LLC, thus the managing factor of the Roth IRA.
Not sure. I'm actually not sure that you can open a Roth IRA if you can fund it initially with crypto. I don't think that you can. When I was talking to some folks about, like, some people were wanting to like roll over and go into the crypto, you could do like a direct rollover into a regular IRA, and then buy cryptos with it once it's over there. But if you have, but I think a Roth has to be funded with cash. iTrust IRA, it has to come from another crypto account. All right, so Cat Balloon.
There it is.
So iTrust Capital said you had to fund your Roth IRA with crypto, not cash. Because that's interesting. IRA.
I think what Cat Blue is talking about is if you fund the Roth or the IRA at iTrust Capital. Now they're not saying Roth there, by the way. Then it has to come from another crypto account. So
Yeah. If
Yeah,
you're doing
like Coinbase to Roth, as opposed to self custody wallet to Roth.
okay.
You know what I mean?
I have
Something
to
like.
look more into that because I know that like a lot of, especially when you're considering a Roth, um
With
you can't
odds, she's
roll
put
over a
IRA has
traditional
close
into a
money.
Roth without paying tax on the traditional first. Um, yeah, the Roth was funded with
IRA.
money. Correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That's what I thought, is that it has to be funded with money. But then once you have your Roth in there, you can buy and sell crypto within your Roth. And so I wanted to tell people there's a couple, so going back to the HSAs real quick, a couple of the places that they said that you could do it was Lively, Lively Me or Lively through Charles Schwab, I guess, does this. And then Fidelity Investments has options. They go through Gemini through direct IRA. Um, that you can open I think to do the HSA and the Roth. And then of course there's the I Trust Capital. And then I found another one for the Roth, which is this broadfinancial.com. Not super familiar with that company. My choice when I did a research, I like I Trust Capital, and I really like Fidelity too. Um, Fidelity has been a player in this space for quite some time. And so I'm really interested in finding out what they can offer. Cat Ballou is saying she switched. Yes, there was that Bitcoin IRA. Yeah, I saw that was one of the first ones that I learned about a long time ago was Bitcoin IRA. She said she switched from Bitcoin IRA to iTrust IRA, um, and because of the fees. Fees were too high. And then she said she has Bitcoin at Fidelity, and that was the other thing. This Mike Kohler was talking about. There's differences in the way the different places that you go to. Um, if you invest using Gemini through the direct IRA, it's a little bit more expensive because of the fees, and so the iTrust Capital was less costly. That is something else that he said. Um, so when it comes to the Roth IRAs, let's switch to talking about those for a quick second here. Um, the whole the whole reason to put money into a Roth is that you can put money into a Roth. It goes in after tax. You don't get any tax benefit from putting money into a Roth IRA or a Roth 401k now, but it will grow tax free for the rest of your life. The only catch on the Roths, well, there's a couple catches, but you have to be at least 59 and a half before you can withdraw your earnings, not your principal, not your contributions, but you have to be 59 and a half to withdraw any earnings from that tax free and without penalty, which the penalty I think is 10%. And you have to have the account open for at least 5 years. So, and you can always withdraw your contributions tax free at any time without penalty. So that's one of the things where, if you're in your 50s and you're thinking like, hey, I might want to retire, when I'm 55 or 60 or whatever, you got a little bit of time to get this thing going. Contribute it. You can do the makeup contributions and stuff with it, and get yourself set up. And I'm just thinking that, with these Roth crypto Roths, right now everything is inexpensive. And if you can put money in there and buy crypto, and have it explode within it. In 5, 6 years, your money, your nest egg is sitting in there, and you can withdraw. You can withdraw it after you're 59, tax free. Um, so then you have to make decisions when you get to that point, depending on how things go, how much you would withdraw and what the reasons that you would withdraw it, you know. But you would there's all kinds of tax planning and financial planners and advisors, and I fully believe, Simon, and all of you guys watching, that those of us that are giving this our time and our energy and our attention in investing into the cryptocurrency space, whether it be Bitcoin or XRP or VeChain, any of these cryptos that we think are going to transform the financial system, or they already are, that we're going to be probably looking pretty, sitting pretty here in the next 10 years or whatever. And so if you can take time out and start thinking about these things now and set yourself up, man, what an opportunity that we have. And so I'm really excited. And since we talked about the taxes thing, and it's an uncomfortable thing, and we don't want to pay them if we don't have to. And these are the types of strategies that the Ridgies, now the Ridgies can't do it as much because there are income limitations and stuff on this kind of stuff. But for me, a little guy, to be able to put in a couple $1,000s and buy some crypto and then have it go to the moon, I think it's awesome. Oh yeah, good point, Cat Blue. Did you see what she said?
No. I was just never switch IRAs during a bear market. It takes time to set up.
Yeah. You know what? I want to ask you, Cat Blue, since you're in here. So, is your account one that you can do crypto and because I know there's somewhere you could do anything. So it could be crypto, or it could be stocks. It could be anything. So during a bear market, I mean, well, I guess the stocks would be bear too, right? If they're kind of following each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to.
So if you wanted to.
Okay, if you wanted to, if you want to do this, if you want to do this play, you get your Roth rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Well,
can you do?
But it has to.
She said gold and silver. Can you do gold and silver in your Roth, Cat Blue? Because there you go. That's the play then.
You should be if you can trade it. Yes. The only problem here with, I shouldn't say problem. A potential downside to this is you don't hold it, you don't own it. Same problems that we've had for a long time. So, okay, pushing that aside for a minute. So if an exchange like Gemini, they have the custody, and you can trade within their exchange via Roth account, and you can go back and forth all day. Right? Tax free. So, if you had, I'm just going to say an auto crypto investor trading bot that was able to use their API key and or API, and you got all that set up, then it could just trade all day in there, up and down, and you just set it and forget it, kind of a thing. Because it would do it for you. That would be really cool. In that instance, the only setback is you're limited to what the exchange, the custodian, allows you to do or not do. But that could be better. You
know who we need to get on here? We need to get Christine on here, because I know that she works with family offices, and they use Gemini. They do the crypto, and that's who they use. Well, they used to. I don't know. Maybe they don't still use them, but I know a lot of those family office type um, places are using the likes of Gemini and their platform. And I know that some people can, they can do it themselves, and that other times they do the same thing, like when you invest in your 401k and you say you want to, be aggressive or whatever, and they do it for them, type thing. So as we get into making more money, yes, Jake Claver does a lot of family office stuff. Yeah, we should have Jake on, or talk to Jake too.
Isn't Jake gonna be at the
I don't know. I think so.
not the Thursday thing? I'm just talking overall.
I mean, I would be surprised if he doesn't go to XRP Las Vegas, but I don't know. I don't know his schedule. I know lots of people that know him, and so maybe. Uh, Brent says you're getting after it, Cat. Love it. Yeah, Cat Blue is on it. She is on it. She knows her stuff. She's researched it. Uh, she is a well-rounded investor when it comes to this space, and she's so lovely, and she shares her information with everyone so freely, and we appreciate her very much. And I just love to see a regular person taking the time to educate themselves, and they get it. She gets it. It clicks. I mean, she even understands how to read the charts and whatnot, like you do, Simon. She's a female Simon, knowing what she's looking at, and it's awesome.
Oh, that'd be crazy to meet.
I know. Well, I think you are going to get to meet her, Simon, because I believe she's going to be at the party. You're going to be there on Thursday, right, Kat? You're coming in early. I'm actually getting there on Wednesday.
This guy too. So, Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
I might beat everybody to Vegas.
Yeah. Awesome. So you're gonna meet lovely Cat too.
Cool. Very excited.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time. I know we're talking about Roth here, but the real big reason to do these things is to mitigate risk on taxes. Right? That's it.
Yeah. That's a
right.
Big,
so
big thing. Yes, that's
it is a big thing. Even in trading, big thing.
Yeah.
However, like I look at it like, okay, from a risk standpoint, again, here I am, not your keys, not your coins, kind of a thing. Like that got ingrained to me, big time, right? And there's a whole different movement of that. Another component to that movement, okay? But just looking at, again, the article that I referenced earlier, I think this was this 20? Oh, this is 20. Okay, so this sheet is from 2022, and if you are married, filing jointly, and you make anywhere between $83,000 to $178,000. The short-term capital gains is 22%. For me, I'm willing to say, here's your 22%. Those are my coins, per se. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm just from that perspective where I'm looking at like, okay, if I had to pick one way, which by the way, don't pick one way. Find the benefits of all the ways that you're able to execute today, and work towards the ones that you would like to execute tomorrow. Yeah. Yes, do that. Because I'll talk about strategy all day. I'll talk about strategy all day. I'll try not to. But that's it. I mean, because if you can have like the HSA, right? Okay, let's just say I'm not doing Medicare. I'm out. I don't want to do Medicare, right? So I do the HSA, right? I get that rolling. Because I started initially the infinite banking concept. I started a whole life insurance policy. I was able to borrow money from that, start that right away, boom, it's going, and then I or some other thing I might have going pays that loan back, right? But that's still compounding dividends over time, right? So that keeps going. Then you kind of do the same function with a Roth IRA or an IRA, depending there, and now you use the HSA as a tax.
Free.
I contributed over here. I can write stuff off. Great. Well, that'll offset this guy over here if I wanted to, or vice versa, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Those things. Where I'm at in my life currently, you would say I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah. Right.
Just financially, which I think we all have that. We all go through that. The difference is, I think, is the strategy and strategies that you implement, and these different separate vehicles have their plus and minuses. But if you can get them all together, right, then you can really then they all benefit from one another in a lawful taxable arena. Best to have more than one offer. Absolutely, same things apply here. So one of the things that I never one of the things that I have a hard time with, like most, is a limiting factor. I I'm not a fan of someone or an entity telling me no, you can't.
Can't. No,
Yeah. It's like what? Come on, man. What are you saying? No, you can't. Where's the love? So when I hear you're only able to do X amount of dollars per year,
yes.
right, on
Yep.
any one of these, it's like
Yep.
it's like okay,
Yep.
fine, because maybe you get into your future and you happen to be, in my opinion, a big earner, $100,000 a year or more, given our climate as it is today in 2024. So maybe you and your missus, or maybe you and your mister, collectively own $200,000 pre-tax, by the way. And you're like, man, we've really got our budget into play. We have 25% of our after-tax funds that we just want to throw into something. But it's like you just can't throw it into one thing because you're limited on the yearly contribution, etc. So having
Different
multiple different avenues.
Yeah.
Now I know with correct me if I'm wrong, all you Rothers out there, or your IRAs out there, you can have multiple Roths and multiple IRAs, right? You just can't cap out on one.
Yeah,
Right.
you still, even if you have more than one, there's still a limit. There's still an
Sure.
overall limit. You can't if you have two Roth IRAs, you can't contribute and max them both out to the amount. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I gotta go off camera for just 1 second. That's so stupid. God, I can't believe that.
So, so the annual limit, I just pulled it up here, for both traditional and Roth in 2024 is $7,000 if you're under the age of 50. If you're 50 and over, you can contribute an extra $1,000, so it's $8,000 for that. And so that's the thing, is there are because of course they don't want you to go over your yearly limit. That's right, Kat. And so even if you have more than one, you got a couple jobs and you're contributing to them, and they will catch that if you over contribute, because I've known people that have done that, and it's kind of been a mess, and they blame the employer because they withheld too much or contribute too much, but in actuality, it's not an employer's fault if you have another job or you have your own and you're contributing to an IRA, and then you're also, or a 401k, and then you have another job, you're contributing a 401k. It's not their fault because they don't know what you're doing, outside of
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, and you're not gonna give that up to them anyways, because it's none of their business.
This is why I got excited when I found out about the SHA. So you've got that option, which saves you a little bit of tax. And now mind you, this takes some planning and some sitting down and some running numbers
Sure.
to figure
Right.
out what is going to be the most beneficial to yourself. And then you throw in the infinite banking concept, like you talked about, and how a play could work out. Because once you got yourself up to a certain amount and say, you start growing money, say you can't fund the whole life insurance policy yet. You don't have enough money to fund it to actually make it beneficial for you to be able to borrow money from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And have it be anything substantial. But you can actually contribute to this. You can set yourself up and contribute to this HSA, and in the next 5 year it pops off. Okay, and for the last 5 years you've been saving receipts for everything that you are using for medical expenses or whatever. Well, then now, depending on how much it is, you can take some of that money out and use it for whatever you want, as long as you have enough qualified expenses, medical expenses, to
Yeah.
offset
Yeah.
it
No.
and open
Right.
up your infinite. Now you've got that you can borrow against. And so I could see where you could set yourself up quite nicely with all these different avenues. However, that's where, when we're talking about going to Vegas, we're talking about meeting all these people and this networking, you need to be around people that think like you, that understand what you're trying to attempt, and that you can associate yourself, because this is some complicated shit. And if you get hit by
I
a
know,
bus,
man. I mean,
and
I
you know, I mean,
mean.
you want to have
Okay.
everything documented, laid out, because the average person is not going to comprehend or even want to try to comprehend the spider web that you created. And so I have to keep telling myself that, because I'm learning so many things and I'm implementing them one by one. And I'm like, I have got to take some time to sit down with my kids and say, this is what your mama did. And I got to show you, and I got to show Ryan, like, this is what I'm doing, this is my mindset. And I need to have friends that I can trust, so that something happens to me, I can say, you can call
Yep.
Pat, you can call Simon, you can call Keita, you can call Christy, you can call Alan, whatever. These people will help you. I trust them, right?
Right.
So that's why you go to the conferences. That's why you get these networks of close networks of people, because we're all learning and growing together. And these strategies are there. It ain't for sissies. Crypto ain't for sissies. And you can get taken. I mean, you can actually be, if you got a little bit of money anyway, and you can hire somebody like Mike Kohler to do it for you. Um, I think he said he charges, I don't know, he charges, a couple hundred, but you know what? Yeah, I say good for him, because you know what? I listened to more of his videos, and yeah, it's his job. He's making a living, but he is trying to help people understand. And there's more than just him out there. One thing I'll say, that I noticed, and we're going to see more and more of this. So as soon as I started looking up the SHA information, and even the Roth, there are influencers out there. They're already pushing the ETFs, the Bitcoin futures, those types of investments, to put into these types of things. And they're telling people, this gets you exposure to crypto. And so right now we have the opportunity to invest in these things directly at a low price. And so if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about doing it, I think, now is the time to really start thinking about it. Start looking at the websites. I posted them on my Twitter, the links, and I'll post the links to all these articles and places, in the show notes after the show's over. But give yourself some time to look into it. Maybe make a phone call, have set something, and just start to get an understanding of it. And maybe it's something you don't even want to do, because we're all at different levels. Like you, Simon, you're tech savvy, you understand things, you understand the importance of holding your own crypto. You might be somebody that this is not even something that you should touch, right? You don't want to touch it. And that's great. I mean, because everybody's different, and their comfort level and their knowledge and their willingness to learn more, you know.
Right.
So
Well, I mean, would I be exposed to this? Maybe. Um, it's
I mean, you got
the
a job. You got a job, right? What do they offer health insurance wise? Like that's asking your employer what kind of when it comes to open enrollment. Now
well,
you're a
it's
tradesman.
a
Yeah,
I'm
you're probably
union, so
self funded.
it's a whole different
Yeah,
thing.
whole different
Yeah, I'm
deal.
union. It's a whole different
Yeah,
thing. But I mean, even we have the Aviva account. I have co-pays. I could stack them up for years upon years, and they invest it, and then it's the same thing. You know,
an annuity or like a defined contribution plan of sorts.
they just call it a Viva. It's called VEBA, Viva account. So it's through a trust because we're a collective group, and they invest for us, and we're able to claim our current medical out of pocket expenses if we want to. They really say, "Oh, you really should save this for retirement." And it's like,
Oh,
yeah, I'll take the money. I'll
it
take the
is
money
it's
today.
you have a health reimbursement account, which
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
actually
It's the
one
same. It's the same thing.
it's
Yeah.
similar. It's
Right.
similar.
But
Yeah.
I can't sit there and get singled out and go, "Hey, can you take this and go into crypto for me, please? Thanks."
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
got to be
But the
all as one.
But now here's the
Which
thing. What I don't know, Simon, because I did look into it, and it's called a health reimbursement agreement. Well, see, that's even different. This is the health reimbursement agreement is where you have to have a small business and the company reimburses you for your expenses.
yeah,
But there
we
has to be
have
some kind of a
and we
legal
have
agreement.
that too. We
So
have that. So I could like example, I go get glasses. Okay,
yeah,
insurance takes care of the frames. I have
yep.
out of pocket expenses above X amount of dollars. Say insurance will take care of 150. I picked out Ray Bans. Now I'm going to pay another 150 for the frames plus another I don't know $200 per lens. Let's just say so. My out of pocket is now 150 plus two, so $350. So I could take that and I can go to Viva and go, okay, here you guys take care of some of that. And then I can also go to the company itself because they have their own program. I go, cool. Can I get reimbursed over here too, please?
Yeah.
And everything's 100% covered. And that's why we're able to say within my union specifically that we have 100% medical coverage. It's just how it's covered is really the devil in the details. God, I was going to ask another question though.
I just posted
I
a
mean,
link.
here's where I'm at.
Same thing.
This is where I was at. It's where you go directly, and I think this is the problem with most of us. We don't know it. We just kind of go with one thing because we only feel like we can go just with one thing. So we go with it. I would say go with one thing, get to a certain point, and pivot no matter what. Pivot to something else. If your first year you've maxed out on your $4,000 HSA fund, if you
Yeah.
have the ability to do that, cool, you done it, it's over with. I've planted the seed, I'm letting it go for 3 years before I come back to it. I'm moving on to another thing.
But
And
guess
then
what? Even if you did it one time and you put can you
that's what I
imagine
mean.
four
That's
thousand
what I mean.
dollars in one? Holy
Yeah.
smokes! And you forgot about it, like you said.
Well, right. There's a lot of good things for people that we just don't know, right?
Yeah.
We work,
Yes.
we do our physical labor, or we do our brain painstaking labor.
Yep.
We come home, we're like, oh, I'm done, and that's actually a kind of a problem. You get home, you should be on your other thing. Don't turn on the TV. Try not to YouTube just for laughs. I get it. You might be there. Go Do the hard thing
Yeah.
and go keep learning your strategies. You start going with strategies, mathing, doing all that type of stuff. You're really going to put yourself ahead of the curve. Even if you adopt the 4-week rule or code 28, I mean, you're gonna be ahead of the game in no time, and you didn't have to do any major effort as far as restructuring. You just had to get a little creative with what you have, and you really start getting creative with things, even on a very, very small level. It does big things. What's all the point of all that? Don't just keep going one direction. Go there, achieve it, and move on to something else. Another thing that's like the first thing that you tried in this example, HSA. You got that rolling. It's good. You've capped out of your goal. You've said, I'm going to do $4,000. You did it. Cool. Now do IRA or Roth or whole life insurance policy or different ways. Line them all out, like Melissa's talking about. Get that education rolling in your side. Get creative. I constantly am thinking about different strategies. How can I do a thing for this thing, that thing, and this thing and that thing? Because that is what almost all the very successful people that I read their books. I watch some of their YouTube stuffs. I watch others that are currently successful today with the knowledge that they received from those people. Say Robert Kiyosaki, has, because of his knowledge and what he has shared, he's effectively made millions of millionaires, right?
Yeah.
But when you look at the person that's doing it today, and they currently are a millionaire, chances are they found what works today or what has worked in the past 5 years and what will continue to work the next 5 years, right? Yeah. Then look back another, Alex Hormozi. I love that guy. He's a multimillionaire. He's not even 35 yet, I don't think. And what you get from him is mindset and how to create leads in business, okay? Go listen to that. It's totally not related to anything or not directly related to anything we're talking about. But when you start thinking creative like that, it's 100% reinforcement. And emotions, yes. Emotion, don't chase the green candles. No. I can't say get rid of emotions 100%. Don't chase the green candle. I say everybody's got to chase the green candle. You do it. And once you figure out what happens after that, the good side and the bad side, that will resonate with you. Tools and strategies. Learn from your mistakes. And let's take that right there. Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
But first, focus on removing the emotion from that mistake, right? You fall on the ground, what happens? You scream and cry, right? I mean, maybe you don't. I did. Now you fall on the ground, you go, bam, you're like, pause. How bad am I? I'm actually not that bad. Are you good? Yeah, my shirt's all messed up and we were going to the pool party and now I got to go change, right? There's the emotion, but then you've been able to move on. Learn from your mistakes. Don't run by the pool with flip-flops. So if you can learn from your mistakes, but have this perspective of contrast, really kind of diving in and going, why did I do this?
Yeah.
Why did I do this? And where was I like, oh, this was a great idea. I still think it's a good idea, but like, why do I suck? Wrong? Yeah. Why did it go wrong? What did I do?
What piece did I leave out?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And you'll find yourself you're in a deep thought of learning about probably the one thing that we don't learn enough about, and that is ourselves. Yeah. So if you don't know how to learn about yourself, go to others.
Yeah.
And ask them, hey, do I do this? I'm serious. I'm not going to be mad. I might be a little bit emotional, but it's not going to be at you. I'm coming to you asking the hard question. Do I do this? Yes or no? Do I do this? Yes or no? It's like, okay, I do. Okay. What does that look like from your perspective? Oh, you start doing this twitchy thing, foam comes out of your mouth. You don't notice the foam at first. Later, you do one of these, and
Yeah.
after you do this, you see the foam, and you're like, what's that? Now you're all mad. Like, oh, didn't know there was a process, but thank you. You know, what happens when I see a green candle go? I get excited. I still do, but now I can go, I'm happy for those people that got in 2 red candles before that major green candle. You know,
Yeah. Oh,
always
happy.
yeah, smart,
No
yeah, smart.
doubt.
And Robert Kiyosaki right
Always
there. He even
smart.
says that
Surround
too. Yeah,
yourself with people smarter than you.
smarter than you.
And believe
Absolutely.
me, I am surrounded by people that are smarter than me. I definitely never want to be the smartest one in the room. I want to be kind of somebody that people recognize as wanting to learn more. And I used to always tell my boys, you know, be wanting to, ask people questions, how they
Yeah.
got to where they're at. And I found that people really they want to help. They want to tell you how they got to where they are. And a lot of people just don't bother to ask them.
You know,
Yeah,
Alan,
Brent, you are definitely are surrounded by.
Alan Staple talks about it all the time. This right here, um, with very wealthy
Oh,
individuals, very
crawfish is
six of
here.
what?
Lovely
Oh,
crawfish.
crawfish! Hey, hey, and that
We
is
love you, crawfish. Thanks for coming. We love you.
that that if you can talk like they talk and understand what they understand, they will give you more.
Yeah.
If they can see that you get it, they'll throw you another bone and let you chew on the fat for a little while, and then you come back to them. Hey, I had a question on this. You said this, right? In this context, yes.
Yes.
Okay, does it apply to here or here in that way or slightly different? And if it does, can you just share with me what the slight difference is? Because I'm having a hard time seeing it. And they will give you the knowledge because they're people. We
Yeah.
do it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, ask questions. Oh,
Oh.
I thought our fish was already leaving. I'm like, well, you just got here. What are you doing? What do you mean peace and love?
Simon, I think we're gonna end on at the regular time, and we did
What?
great.
What about
Yeah.
the thing? What about the thing? We got
What thing?
the thing.
What's the thing?
Nothing. I just I got nothing.
Come on,
I mean,
what-
there's some other craziness going on out there, but f all that. We
Yeah.
can we can
I
social media another day.
I just really hope that you guys got something out of this. You know, uh, it's hard to kind of explain some of it and the things as I'm learning it, but I definitely think it is an
Is there?
opportunity. Um, for it's a play. It's part of a play. Um,
It's definitely a play. I mean,
and it's
imagine
not for everyone. We have to acknowledge that it's not for everyone. Um,
no, because everybody's
and
got different plays to meet their different ends. You know, it's just good to know this.
yeah, and
You
it's
know,
a
it's
chain
like okay,
reaction. Like you said about the infinite banking, you start to
you'll
think
just
like,
you
if you
will you'll
start
start
thinking like that,
hmm,
then you start seeing all these other areas in your life where you can actually, you
make
know,
moves, make
I mean,
plays.
here's like, I mean, this is just like a small little silly thing, or it's not really silly, but I've told you before that I use the Fold card, and I'm earning Bitcoin from it. Okay, taxable advance, taxable income, but they've got all these
Lies.
different uh, vendors that are with them now, and vendors that I shop. If I become more diligent and look at my app prior to making purchases and going to stores, I could actually buy the gift card. Make like I just looked at one today, and I was like, shit, I could have got 10% back in Bitcoin if I would have bought this um, as a gift card, because they have like specials or whatever. So it's
Right.
like it's one of those things where you live the life, you walk the walk, and it becomes second nature where you're saving money. It's like a coupon clipper. I used to clip coupons, go to the grocery store, look at my coupons, look at all the different ads, and I would go to this store for this and this store for that and this store for this, and I'd use my coupons, and they're having double coupons, and the next thing you know, I'm getting some cash back on my grocery bill. They're paying me, you know. And these are the things that you can actually do if you're willing to walk the walk, live the life, talk the talk, and have it become second nature.
Yep. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Be about
That's
it,
right. So,
what is
so yeah, yeah.
Becky, we're gonna have to look into some things to see what else we can do. There's got to be something. I know there's something.
See, this
out
is
there.
okay.
We'll
This
figure it
situation
out.
right here.
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. I'm trying to reach for it. Bring it back up. Put it on the screen. Um, So Becky's situation,
Yeah.
right? Okay. How cool would it be if Becky could take XRP, dubs it, right? Dubs it, whole life insurance policy, initial fund, right? And then XRP goes up in US dollar value, right?
Yeah.
And now the whole life insurance policy effectively has doubled. And now Becky does not have to contribute every year for the premiums. Maybe it just comes out that way. I'm
Can you fund
really,
can you fund a whole life insurance policy with XRP?
well, that's, man, if I would have went, if I would have went to Arizona, I would have asked some very insurance knowledgeable people. Well, yeah, I would have straight up said, "Hey, can I do this?" I mean, you're the insurance company, right? That's the custodial part. You guys are doing all the custodial part. I don't see what the problem is here. Quite honest, I might trust an insurance company over, a entity like BR or something like that.
I want to. I looked up, Becky, your question on the Medicare, and it said yes, if you are eligible for Medicare but you don't actually enroll, then you can continue to contribute to your HSA. But once you enroll in any part of Medicare, you will no longer be eligible to contribute to your HSA.
But can you use it?
Even enrolling in Part A alone will disqualify you from depositing to your HSA. No, yes, you can. So that's where I'm saying, like, that's the play for people.
Yeah, see, there you go. Start it before
Right.
you see, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, see, like, okay, for me right now, would I be interested in HSA right off the bat? No.
Yeah.
No, I got to see a bigger benefit. That would constitute as a bigger benefit if I or my wife, like, because we're married, can I get us both on an HSA? Like, is there that out there, or will there be, right? And so knowing these things of going, oh, hey, we could do that. Throw some money over there. Let it go. Plant that seed, plant that garden, get it rocking and rolling. And I'm moving on another one.
If I'm looking into this stuff, and it actually is in my wheelhouse, and I'm like, man, maybe I should really look into going in this direction in my career.
Okay. Side question.
What?
I got something else for you. Okay. So this is your wheelhouse. Insurance, policy-ish, taxes, planning. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm joining a team. It's probably a bigger team, but I'm joining a team. Initially, it's for whole life insurance. Initially,
Good for you.
Oh yeah. I'm very excited, man.
Meeting. Oh my gosh, good for you.
Yeah, we're there'll be some things coming out that actually I really can't discuss, I'm joining a team. I like where it's going, but like literally you should be on the team because what we're talking about here is phase 2 of crypto. Okay? And this is actually phase 2 of wealth building. What we're talking about right now, having a backup plan, as Main Street would call it, but
Yeah.
the wealthy say, well, it's not a backup plan. It is the plan. This is part of the plan.
Right.
And using the thing for what it was originally designed for is one thing, but successful people will get very creative of how else they can use that. Example is whole life insurance. Hey, it's great if I die, family gets a check. But wait, there's more. I can use a component of this today and grow some awesome, awesome things from that while I'm still alive.
Hence the title of the show,
I know,
Saving
save and grow.
Grow.
So,
Bringing it full
so
circle,
I'm
son.
gonna. I'm telling you. I think you got to play here because it's being revealed. I'm noticing everything you're doing, all the
Yeah.
plans, all the this you can do, no you can't do. Like I really
I
think
know.
if you got around
Ah,
first, if you got around, I know I'm gonna give you a career change here in a little bit, but it's not really a career change.
no.
That's actually kind of gone in my opinion.
Yeah.
We bounce around to grab
I'm
different.
I'm evolving.
Yeah,
I
we
I
all
know.
do it. Like back in the day, I was just having a conversation with actually Al, shocker, Alan, from the Stable Crew, and I was telling him how vastly different it is today, where someone can just continuously change the thing that they're doing to earn funds, right, or career change. We can switch like that because the information's right here via internet, right? We can go, oh, I could do that too. Oh, I could do that too while I still have my day job, right? We're back in our day, right? Way back when we were like, young and teenagers, barely teenagers, like it was preached that, oh, you pick a path. And then you would hear rumors of, oh, they switched careers. Oh, when? Oh, at 45. Oh, are they going to make it? It was like this huge thing. Like,
I
they're
know.
not going to make it. Oh, they put in all that time. Oh my gosh, what are they doing? It was this huge thing. And now the script has flipped. If you've been in one place for more than 10 years
Yeah.
and you're kind of, I'm going to say, successful at it, you're not like
Yeah.
really out there doing it, you're just
Yeah.
showing up, getting your check and dipping kind of a thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
then like companies or other companies, they kind of like, well, what else can you do? Well, what else can you do? Well, what else can you do? They want the variety of the skills that you can do, not just, hey, not slamming on welders. I'm a welder, not
Yeah.
just a welder all day. It's like, oh, we need you to do this. If you can do all these things in that, hey, great, versatile. But now you can take those skills and be an entrepreneur and maximize them, which is what my question is to you. Would you like to join an insurance agent team in the future?
I would be very interested to learn more about said team in the future. I would be very
'Cause
interested to know. I have to
'cause-
tell you something. I have to tell you something.
Cool.
And we're gonna end this show at 9:15.
Okay, go say your thing because I got more to say.
So, no, I got an incredible compliment that stemmed from me making a terrible mistake the other day at work. And first thing I want us to remind everybody, when you do contribute to your 401ks at work, please make sure that your contributions are going to what you wanted them to go to, in terms of if you chose a pre-tax 401k or a 401k Roth. There is a difference, and it does show up on your check in a different way. You're either going to be getting a little bit of relief in taxes with the pre-tax
Right.
tax option, or you're
Right.
going to be paying for it in Roth in an after tax. So we didn't have to have a formal audit for our 401k this year, but I did our own audit. I audited ourselves, right? And I'm
Right.
looking through, and there's this employee that's been with us for 9 months, and I was auditing their employee file against our records, and I looked at the paper sheet, and the paper sheet
Right.
said I choose Roth. And I looked in the system that we use, and I see that it's Roth. And then I'm looking at the reports, and I'm looking in the actual employee in our system. And what did Melissa put in? Melissa put in 401k pre-tax. So for 9 months, this person was contributing. Now they got the tax benefit from putting it in, but they thought it's in a Roth or whatever. And of course, I felt absolutely horrible about making
Right.
this mistake.
Right.
So anyway, I look up the different solutions to what, how we correct this. This can be corrected. So if this ever happens to you, don't panic. It can be
Right.
fixed.
Right.
So get a conference call, and it happens to be, I don't know if I told you, our group that we use is changing over to the standard. And so now we're in the middle. So this guy that's from the standard, that's my account rep, I tell him everything, and he tells me, first of all, you're fine. He's like, Melissa, I see this every day, 100. Like it happens all the time, way more often than you would even imagine how much it happens. But he said, you know what I don't see every day, and that in fact, the time that I've been working here, I've never seen anyone address the problem like you just did. He's like, you really know what you're talking about. You understand what happened, and you came to it with the solution to fix it. And he's like, that doesn't happen. And he's like, and if you ever are interested, you can get a job here. And I was like, really? I'm thinking to myself, I don't know. Maybe I would do something like that. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, I own my mistakes when I make them, and I felt horrible. But I'm sharing this with all of you because a mistake that I made that is fixable. The guy said, and his legal team also said, there's a joint responsibility here. So even though you're making these elections with your employer for whatever they may be, you still need to look at your pay stub and see and look at your account statement and make sure it's going where you want, because it would be really shitty if I hadn't caught that. And then this person thinks they got a Roth and they don't. And you know what I'm saying? And so, anyway, that's all. I don't know why I had to tell the whole freaking world that I made this huge mistake, but I felt really good that he complimented me in that way. And it turned a negative into a positive.
But see, that is what is called contrast. You messed up, you owned it, and a reward for owning it is you found solution to problem, right? Of course, you're righting a wrong, per se, right? Or at least what you feel is a wrong, right? Yeah. Then you have someone else that recognizes, hey, yeah, you're in the wrong. There's a lot of other people here, if that helps you, makes you feel better. But you did something that not everybody else does. Barely anybody else, except for you and maybe one other, that brought the solution, did this, and like, this is a play. So out of your snafu, you discovered a play. See, now that right there is what creative thinking does for you. This is what very wealthy and successful people do all the time. Not how can I use the one thing for the one thing, but how can I use it for a whole different other things? What other ways can I utilize this horrible mistake and capitalize on it? Well, hell, you might have another job. That's one thing. But wait, is there something else that you could do in an entrepreneurial way? Hey, I have a way to get you out of this. Here's the proper way. And maybe you don't do it to the end user, like the person that you made the mistake with on their account. Maybe it's you are training others that are in your position, or companies that do what they do, how to fix the situation. You sell the product now. There you go. You have the play. Here's the product. $500 for the digital download. Only accepting Bitcoin and XRP. Thank you. But see that see that thinking, Melissa, is at least what I have gathered thus far, at least at the whole life insurance plus health, people that actually want to help people
Yeah.
get them things that can really, really benefit them. You know, that's your cup of tea. That's your sauce. You love that. Almost a lot of people in crypto love the strategy of how to take small money, okay, meager beginnings, and grow it into something that is beyond epic. And you got a gift, my friend. You got a gift, my friend. You know, a lot of this whole chat group here, you know, on both channels, 3 channels, 6
Love
channels, all of them.
Love it.
Everybody on Rumble, I'm sure is yeah. It's
Yeah.
you're gonna do good things. You already are. Now it's just that you got to do epic things.
I know, right? Oh,
Yeah.
it'd be amazing if we were on the same team. We're already on the same team, but
We're
then,
already on
like,
the same team. The team I told. All right, we'll end with this.
yeah,
Same phone call with Mr. Staple. We were talking
I
about
love you,
Vegas.
Brent. Thank you.
Yeah, B man. Much love to B man. Love you, dude. We were talking about Vegas a little bit, you know, and I was like, you know, with all these things that are coming to light, I mean, we're built. There's the community that's already there, but now I really feel like we're building a team, and I don't just like me, myself, and I. Right? We all are building this team, and we don't even know it. It's this network, right? And the network is a team, and it's so exciting to be a part of this. Like, I can only imagine what it must have. It had to feel just like I feel like right now, way back, say 50 years ago, 100 years ago, where good doers that were wealthy or about to be wealthy came together, built lifelong relationships where their families hung out with families, and it continued on. You know, that's what this is. This is that network 2.0 that's 100% being built right now. It is amazing.
Love it.
And with that, I wish everybody nothing but peace, love, and yes, prosperity.
We love you guys. We'll see you next Wednesday. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We have 47.
Oh yeah, thumbs up all the way
It
around.
would be awesome if we ended up with 47 followers on our @Dipito. We're that @Dipito handle at all of the socials. So we love you guys. We will see you next time. Have a great rest of the night. Love you guys. Oh, yay. Love you guys. Bye.